Brother Hugh, it's you and me tonight.
Yes, sir.
We start as you know what happens, and now Brother God pops up and said,
I know, right?
10:35, let's get it. You know what it is, the Wrestling Now podcast. You know, it's gonna be one of those nights. We're gonna jump right out of the gate, send all our love to the one, the only, the remarkable, the impeccable, the real Dwayne Allen. You know, he's at home right now. That's his business. He'll tell you why he ain't on the show. It's nothing too crazy, but it's just his business. But we're gonna send all the love his way. But
He got taken out with a power driver.
Wow. See, I just said we was going to tell his business. And here you go. You'll deal with that when the big man gives you a choke slam the same way that LeBron James choke slam Stephen A. Smith today. The same way RG3 choke slam. Well, him and Stephen A. Smith was going back and forth. Man, what a crazy time it's been in media. But y'all know what time it is. We ain't going to keep you too much longer. It is time to get the show started.
Problem. Yes!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wrestling Now podcast. I'm your host, Brian H. Waters. This show, also, I'm joined by the one and only Brother Hugh. Has the third. He got the glasses on, as you see. He's in the black and orange. He is ready more than ever for the Orioles to get started. And then we got from Championship Culture, the one and only, the guy himself, Brandon Guy. Like I said tonight, the real Dwayne Allen isn't here, but it is all good, folks, because we got you covered. We got you covered with some good old wrestling talk. So, gentlemen, as we get right into it, I'm going to do things different. Sometimes, it's different ways. I always say this, the real Dwayne and Allen, we both took the time. We studied at Morgan State University.
Morgan State University.
Yeah, the illustrious Morgan State University, the national treasure Morgan State University, all the great professors there. But here's the thing, we were both straight A students, and there's proof of that. I got screwed out of a weight training class, so I'm not in the photo, but Dwayne is in the photo on the third floor in the communications building, or now at School of Global Journalism. There's a picture of him, and shout out to our homeboy CJ Butter. But I say that to say, sometimes, I say that to say sometimes that here's how it goes, right? We both get A's, but we do our things different because we didn't have to study or cheat off each other's paper. So right now, I don't got notes, but I'm going to give the floor to the Championship Culture guys so they can tell you what yesterday's show was all about.
Brother, you are real loud in my ear right now, bro. I love the energy.
Hey, I got to keep it going. The people just expect.
You look rather juicy and plump over there right now in that orange. Yeah, I said it. I don't care. Yeah, I'm gonna make you uncomfortable tonight. That's it.
This is not breaking through glass ceilings with uncomfortable conversations. This is the Wrestling podcast.
When one person's gone, I'm gonna act a fool. So I just hope y'all ready.
Well, let's talk about the Divas belt.
Oh, you're right. Let's talk about the Divas belt. Hey, man, we had a chance last night at Championship Culture to break down the designs. Yes, I said designs. There were two of them of the WWE Divas Championship, and we did give Divas a chance last night by breaking down the legacy of that title and how important it meant to what we have today in the women's evolution. Isn't that right, Brother Brandon?
And we can't hear him.
I can't hear nothing he's saying.
Oh, my brother testified. He was saying it. He is it. Oh, all right. How about now?
You came in hot, boy.
I came in hot for TV.
Are you using a microphone or something?
Yes, sir. I'm back to that. There we go. There we go. You probably can hear me now, right?
You sound like you're underwater.
Yeah. Or on an airplane.
Yeah, see
I sound like
you settings to the computer.
Oh, buddy. All right. So go ahead, Hugh. Keep talking about championship.
No, there we go. Right there.
There you go. Right there.
Okay.
That's it.
You probably got to bring it closer to you.
Oh, yeah. So Brother Hugh was talking about that episode where we did give Divas a chance. Gave a lot of perspective because, the belt was hated upon. But if you go back and look at the time frame it was the perfect belt for that time. And if you want to see an in-depth conversation, you're going to see some history about it and why that belt is more important than people give it credit. I kind of feel like, how people hated it on the spinner when it first came and then they loved it when it was gone? I kind of feel like that Divas title is kind of getting that type of treatment. Now, is it as iconic as a spinner? No, but it does have some lineage that's attached to it. That's very important about some of the things that we're seeing today. So,
right, for sure.
Go over to Championship Culture playlist on the Wrestling now. Wrestling YouTube.com/Wrestling Championship Culture playlist and check out the latest episode of season 3 when we talk about the Divas title. Brother Hugh, what did I miss?
Nothing. Just everybody has a story.
There we go. That's what I was waiting for.
Yeah, that's indeed. Every belt has a story. Shout out to Talk of Champions, Stan Michael over there, Shad Treese over there. They doing big things. Our good homies, good family from New York. But speaking of stories, somebody was out road tripping this past weekend, and let me tell you, I had a great weekend. I kind of wish Monday didn't have to come. Like, if you could have froze my weekend from Thursday to Sunday, it would have been perfect. But nothing warmed my heart more than when I saw it.
Is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring.
This is the first time he's seen that exclusive footage, isn't it, Brother Hugh?
Oh, it is, actually.
Let me set the stage for you, because I don't know if people understand this. This is his second meeting of seeing his BFF in less than a year, right?
Best friends. Yep.
First time he's heard Wanted Man live, and he's seen the entrance, and boy, oh boy, it was a treat to see in person, wasn't it, Brother Hugh?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I wanted to jump out of my pink shoes like a little girl, but I held my composure. I think I did pretty well, but got a couple of snaps, couple of shots of him, so I'm happy. Got to see him in action.
Yep, that was your guy.
That's my guy,
Mr. Zigzag. I'm sorry, Nick Nemeth, the wanted man.
Don't disrespect.
The wanted man. He's Nick Nemeth now, right?
Absolutely, 100%.
I think this is the first time you didn't say Dolph. You do realize that,
right.
I was so impressed. Hollywood, you should have seen him. He not once said Dolph Ziggler. He said Nick Nemeth the whole time.
Nick Nemeth. That's it.
He's embraced it. He has embraced it.
Hey man, that makes me happy. It's funny. Funny story, real quick. I reminded Brother Hugh that he actually missed out on an opportunity to meet him before. We was at WrestleMania Access
28.
28 in Miami, which y'all can find on our Patreon, the exclusive story that Brother Hugh and I did. But one thing that you will also learn, one thing that I reminded Brother Hugh, I said, I got a picture with Ziggler, but you, like, why'd you go away? And I said, did you even like him like that back then? And he indicated that he forgot. But Brother Hugh, that was the first weekend.
No, I didn't say I forgot. I didn't even know he was there. Like, I don't remember any of that.
That's what you forgot that. Well, okay, you're right. You didn't remember. You didn't know. Well, had that, but that was the day Has Matt Photos was born.
I was about to say that's I have a good reason though.
Oh,
I have a
oh.
good reason. Brother
Mm-hmm.
brother Brian put that camera in my hand and I went to a whole nother I went to the shadow realm.
Mhm.
Just never came out, bro.
Not at all.
I thank you
Don't go
though.
nowhere
I thank
without
you,
it.
brother. I
Don't
thank you,
go
brother
nowhere without it.
Hollywood. Absolutely.
Brother Hugh, I just got one question actually.
What's that?
Does every belt really have a story now?
Oh, absolutely. Every bell has a story.
Then now they
You
got
want
two
you
belt
just
side. You got
you
two
just
belt
want me to
sides
bring it
on it.
out. You just want me to
I,
bring it
know-
out. That's
I
all.
just think you're gonna show the people. But Brian, we gotta
Nah.
teach the young. We gotta teach the young Jedi. You
Mhm.
don't sign in silver on a gold belt. I didn't want to break it to
Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you was just so excited. He was like, "Yeah, that'll
That's
work. That'll work."
hey, that's what he had in his hand at that time. I didn't care. Forget it.
You were just
As long
happy
as
to
he
get
put
the
that
belt
signature
signed.
right on there. That's it. That's
Yeah,
it.
man. Yeah, we got four sides of the ring in the building coming through.
Yep.
That's his twin.
That's a birthday
That's your
twin.
favorite. That's your favorite from Four Sides of the Ring.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But so that was great. I'm glad Brother Hugh got to see Nick Nemeth again. I know he'll see him the next time and the next time and the next time, and practically they will be best buddies.
No, they
Um
are. They had a whole conversation about his gear.
oh, see,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
I saw the group chat Black Boots.
yeah.
Yeah, he wanted black boots though, so
But he
I was a
won
little upset with him. But yeah,
Okay.
I'll take the W over the black boots. So
I
because he
mean,
did it. He did his little show off thing in the ring and did like this. I was like, oh, look at Nick channeling his inner Dolph.
yeah.
hey, right.
Amen. Amen.
Well, I
Go
will
But
ahead,
tell
B
you
Brian.
this: we stayed for the entire show just for that.
God bless you.
Mhm.
Yeah, but a couple things I want to get over. A couple as they say, housekeeping items. I told y'all subscribe to our Patreon. I've been busy this week. One of the things I did, I wrote 20 matches that you WrestleMania matches to show new fans. So right here, with WWE taking over, this global takeover that's going to happen. We're getting returning fans, we're getting new fans. That is a guide of 20 matches you should show them. And yes, 3 of them are on the graphic: Hogan, Rock, Bianca, Sasha, and Cody, Roman 2. So make sure y'all checked out. That is on the free tier of our Patreon. But if you're subscribed right now, then you will have access to my WrestleMania tier list. You get early access that's going to drop later this week, where this is the 288th episode of Break It Down with Brian H., where I go through every WrestleMania and I rank them where they should rest in peace, barely be legal, if they're mid, solid, a great one, or like last year's WrestleMania, just absolutely immortal and should live on forever. So make sure you check that out. Now, gentlemen, it is time, time for some facts, here at the Wrestling Realm. We like to have Wrestling Realm facts, get the people an opportunity to get to know us better, right? They get to know who the guy is, get to know who has the third is, myself, the real Dwayne Allen. So it's time for some Wrestling Realm facts. And today's question is, what are your favorite moments to happen in pro wrestling outside of WWE? So today we're going to talk about those moments. Who wants to go first?
The guy without the orange shirt on.
What? So
The
the
guy
guy
without.
without the orange shirt on. So
Yeah.
let's do that.
Hmm.
That means we got the real
The
Dwayne
realness.
Allen's moments here. So I'm gonna go ahead and reveal his. And it's simply when AJ Styles joined the Bullet Club. And as you can see, this is the exact photo that the real Dwayne Allen picture, spoiler, he put this together, but he picked the right photo because this is probably exactly his reaction, being a proud wrestling fan, when his guy AJ Styles, as he noted in season 4 of the Wrestling Realm, the episode in which we titled The Breakout Stars, he said it's actually the Survivor Series preview that year. He said AJ Styles went to TNA and went to New Japan and wiped the TNA stink off of him. So that is his moment. Who's up next?
Go ahead, brother. Here, roll down day. What you got? It's going to be something crazy. I know it's about to be something crazy. Go ahead here.
Nah, it's pretty chill. It's pretty chill.
Okay.
You know, during these weeks is always pretty chill. But my favorite is Booker T winning his the WCW championship for the first time at Bash to the Beach.
Yes.
Taking the gold from Jeff Jarrett. It was a special moment for me. That was that ninja we made it moment for me. I remember watching it as a young pup, yes. Watching that and just being overwhelmed with excitement because a guy like me, who looked like me, who talked like me, won the championship, and he finally got his chance to be the top guy in the company when he should have been one of the top guys in the company a long time ago. Enough said.
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
Oh no, go ahead. I mean, you
said no. I thought you were about to say something slick. I told you I'm ready tonight.
Why would I say something?
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you that you went with a very good moment. I'm very proud of you. I don't know what I was expecting, but I'm glad that you went with a very proud moment.
I had a couple of them that popped in my head, like me seeing the goal for the first time. Remember that, Brian?
Yeah, I remember
popped like a little girl. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But go ahead.
All right, Brandon, you go.
Yeah, well, let me give my honorable mention because one of them actually was seeing the Canadian Destroyer before everybody used it the first time. Another one was recently when Adam Cole and Bryan Danielson debuted for AEW because it was like a whole, at the end of the pay-per-view, we thought it was over and it was like, oh, this is amazing. But of course, my favorite moment comes from none other than my favorite wrestler, AEW World Title and before. Let me just put that disclaimer out. Of course, was when Chris Jericho had his original list of 1,000. Was it 1,004? I said 1,000. It was 1,004 holds, right? In WCW. Like yeah, it was something crazy because it went through commercials and he kept saying armbar, such armbar. He kept saying different things, but he just kept going armbar. And it was like 746 of these are armbar. And I know at one point they had listed what the actual list was. And he even he had made a joke about, I want to do this. And he was like, no, go ahead and do it. But then he left commercial at like 30 and came back. He was like at a high number or something crazy because that was the whole thing. And it was just a good moment. So.
Was you watching it live?
No.
Okay.
That was one of those things I had to go back and watch. I was like, oh, this is actually hilarious. This is why. Because remember, didn't really appreciate Chris Jericho until he really got to WWE. Then I went back and been watching stuff. So I didn't see that live because seeing it was hilarious. The fact that he could just say armbar every other one.
It's funny because who would have thought that would have lived on to be a GIF? Anytime, or GIF, whatever you want to call it. Anytime somebody say something about a list, it's not even a list of Jericho. If they talk about a list of things, this is the image or GIF they show.
Mm-hmm. It looked like a CBS receipt. That definitely looked like one of your CBS receipts.
Talk about
it. But that was a good one. That will always live rent free in my head. Armbar.
I had to think about mine, and I'm going back to a time when we was getting into Ring of Honor, and it was a pivotal moment. And this is when Kevin Steen beat Davey Richards for the ROH Championship. I remember the rivalry and the build up to it. And that honestly could have been my whole favorite moment, just watching them build to that, and then eventually we get there at Best in the World, I believe it was, but. Kevin Steen, he was, him and Jim Cornette, I always tell people, if you wasn't watching Ring of Honor at that time, like, you missed out. Like, you just had to be there. There's certain things in pro wrestling, you had to be there. that was one of them. That whole rivalry, and we got to witness it firsthand. I actually almost went with the first ROH show being in Baltimore after Sinclair Broadcast bought it, but ultimately,
they hated each other. Remember their promo battles? In one show, didn't we see like 6 of them because they take like 4 shows? And it was like, oh, they just gonna keep like we got to see the whole story start to unfold on one Saturday. And I remember going back and saying, okay, can't wait to see this on TV. How they gonna put this together?
Yeah.
Because when that his music hit, you knew it was about to be something like, here you go.
So yeah, so gentlemen, real quick before we get into the show, 2 quick news items I want to touch on. One, I just added, so it's not on the rundown. Saraya, whose book dropped this past Monday. I actually started listening to it, and I'm gonna tell y'all now. It starts off hot. It starts off exactly what you want to hear her talk about. And if you don't know, if you know, you know. But yeah, she doesn't shy away from it.
It involves a belt.
Yeah, and her ex-boyfriend. Yep.
Okay.
So she goes into that and then goes into, it's probably, I'm like, wow, this is as many wrestling books I've read and listened to. This is the one that jumps right into what you want to hear about fast and then builds from there. But she announced today that she is leaving AEW. My question is, will we see her back in WWE?
I think the TNA needs her more.
Interesting.
I don't think that she, and I hate to say it because, I feel like me and he was talking about this. If you say anything negative about a female or a person of ethnicity, you're like a hater, you're not paying attention. I don't think that there's a place for her in WWE with the amount of talent, but she could go to TNA, especially Gail Kim exiting. She could be that person to help with that division because she says she wanted to put over the women in AEW. She says nothing left for her there. What better way to help build up a division? And you could become like the cornerstone of this division in TNA. You still have that partnership with WWE and help the younger talent that's doing the transfer thing. But I think I would love to see her in TNA.
Okay.
Because let's be honest, she comes back to where does she fit in WWE right now? It's going to be a nostalgia pop. It's going to be Paige is here, but Paige is here in TNA or Saraya is like, oh, okay, this might be something interesting I want to see.
I would say, if anything, I'd say, kind of add a little bit to the mid card on SmackDown or even Raw. I would like to see her work with. I think personally, the belt needs to come off Lyra Valkyria. She needs a little bit more personality, a little bit more heat. And I think Ivy now would be perfect, but I think you could throw Paige in that mix as well, or even, just imagine her and Chelsea Green going back and forth. But then there's always, NXT. But I also think maybe the full-time wrestling days for her are over. That's just my opinion. Nothing, I've heard or anything. I just think she was able to get back in the ring. And the biggest thing is Tony Khan and AEW proved that they don't care about women's wrestling. I know Mercedes was another storyline. She said that it was a possibility. They both were game for it. But you had that right there with everything that went on. It's like saying, please take my money. And they said, nope, it's women's wrestling. We don't want it.
Yep. And she's 32. She's 32 years old. She was one of those people that started very young. Remember, we got to see young Paige.
Yeah.
And she has a lot of experience that I think could help. And anywhere she lands, she's going to be valuable to the roster, period. I think that WWE is so healthy right now. Her talents might not be utilized.
Well, I think
my first question was, my bad. My first question was, can she really still wrestle at that level? So, I talked briefly with Brother Realness, and he was like, look, the best thing for her most likely would be probably a manager role or a role of authority like she was before she left to go to AEW. And I kind of agree with him, to be honest. Like, her last couple matches, of course it's not the Paige of old, but it's like, where is her spot going to be as a wrestler on that roster? You see what I'm saying? We have so much better than what she can offer right now, to me personally. So that's my take on her right now. I would love to see her back in the WWE,
Mhm.
but at what capacity can she actually go out there and captivate the fans and perform at a high level? I still haven't seen that since she came back.
I mean, here's the thing. If we're being honest, I think there's room for her if we look at women's wrestling as equals. And that's the problem.
Hmm.
We still haven't really got women's wrestling as equals. And I'm not going to be satisfied till Raw and SmackDown look like NXT, where you're
Hmm.
getting the same amount of matches, women's matches as men's matches, because literally putting on the best product, so that's the way. But I think she could be perfect in the mid card. She's very character driven, and Paige was a good character. So it's no doubt that the people like the Roxanne Perez's and the Cora Jays look just up to her just as much. Is that she was at AEW, so we're not going to hear about, oh, we looked up the Paige the same way they revered AJ Lee.
Hmm. Okay, makes sense. Makes
So
sense.
yeah. Another news item. Brandon, you mentioned Gail Kim. Well, she was amongst the TNA executives who was released from their contracts, and Sean Ross Sapp made it clear, like, yes, these are firings. And I saw a lot of love for Gail Kim on the timeline. I gotta ask the question: Gail Kim coming back? We know the man that CM Punk didn't like is no longer in charge. That's the reason why he's back. Could we see that same thing happen with Gail Kim?
So, I'm gonna say the tough thing. Gail Kim has done so much for women in wrestling. It's undeniable, right?
Mhm.
She is a legend, a Hall of Famer, all around. What you call a 5'2" player, right? That's Gail Kim.
Mhm.
So was Mickie James, and look where she found a place. I think there might be a place for Gail Kim like that because her in-ring stuff is behind it because we know what she can do. We know that she is great. You know what I mean? Like all around.
Mhm.
And as much praises as she's gotten from the women and not from the wrestlers, let's just say the women,
Mhm.
that's a place for her in WWE in that aspect. You get what I'm saying? And unlike Saraya, where I think she still has some in-ring stuff that she can bring to the business, Gail Kim is going to bring another package level that Saraya / Paige isn't. And that's why I'm saying, look where LFG is, where Mickie James is. Who's to say that's not a space for season 2 of LFG and it's now Gail Kim? They rotate people out. Or Gail Kim is now a backstage producer for, the women's matches because they have the males producing. Maybe now she's a backstage producer. It's someplace for her because she's a valued. She adds so much value more than just in the ring.
Yeah.
Definitely. She's definitely going to do some behind the scenes stuff with WWE. You got to think about. I just got finished watching WWE Evolve. Also, you got
Oh
to think
yeah, I forgot
about.
about that.
You got to think about the ID prospects.
That's
They could send her there
Oh, yeah.
NXT to kind of help uplift these women superstars, or just be on the roster as a producer for even the men in some cases.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think her expertise in wrestling will be well appreciated if she comes back to WWE for sure.
All right. Well, we're gonna see. Like I said, I'm definitely interested to see where this goes. But we got a quick word from SeatGeek, and then actually, you know what? We'll get into it right
If
now.
you're looking to purchase tickets to concerts, live shows, sporting events, and more, head over to SeatGeek.com where you can use our promo code Wrestling for any one-time purchase of $50 or more. That's promo code Wrestling on any one-time purchase of $50 or more.
All right, so gentlemen, what did y'all fire up this week?
Oh man,
You go.
well I'll go first.
Oh, you. Go ahead.
You be proud of me. You be proud of me, Brian.
What?
I actually watched WrestleMania 9, and I gotta tell you, man, like for real, it still absolutely sucks. I'm just being real with you. I mean, I can't change my viewpoint on it. It's whack. It's nowhere near the top.
Did you watch the whole thing?
The whole thing.
Remember, I had to stop. I said, I can't do this anymore. When I tried to rewatch it, I couldn't do it. It was so chaotic. It's in the parking lot. It's so bad. I was like, why is this happening? What's wrong? Every match I felt like something was wrong. Go ahead.
What did Brother Realness say? He was next to the Universal Circus.
Yeah. I will stand by my statement. Two things: you had to be there, and WrestleMania 9 didn't suck until the internet told y'all it sucked.
Nah, it was whack, bro.
It was
whack.
That's all right. Wait till the channel go get this review. Everybody go. I'm gonna sit there and do a whole watch along.
Shoot, I'll do it with you.
Shawn Michaels has so many shingles. Many shingles. Sorry.
What did you watch, Brandon?
I'm sorry, Brian. I had to, you know.
You're not gonna change our mind. I'm not changing y'all. So
what is it called when you? What is it? The Mandela effect. When you remember something one way and you have to go back and watch it. I had it totally backwards. Hugh had to correct me about some things with the Divas title and the Women's Championship. So I went down this long, convoluted rabbit hole and was convinced. The one match I didn't watch because I thought I knew exactly what it was. He was like, "No, that's not how it happened." I said, "No, it is how it happened." And I had to go back and watch Michelle McCool be inserted into a match where she was neither champion, and she unified the Divas title and the Women's title. Because you couldn't tell me that Layla didn't wrestle that match, and Layla is the one that won. But Layla was the Women's champion, and Melina was the Divas champion. But Michelle McCool wrestled the match because she was a co-champion. So yeah, I will say if you want to go back and watch a couple different matches from the Divas Championship, anything with AJ Lee, anything with Beth Phoenix, anything with Mickie James, and that match, Melina had a lot of chemistry with a lot of women. I didn't realize that she had that much chemistry.
Underrated.
Yeah, she had a lot of chemistry. Maurice was definitely a character, and that's what we're going to say about that because I like Maurice, but I look at it a little different now. Thanks to you. You wrote that for me. But,
welcome.
Yeah.
And anything with Kelly, because she's just beautiful.
Surprise. It is, yeah. And the guy's mic just went out again.
Yep. Yeah, he was running his mouth. He was doing a lot of talking.
Yeah.
Just going crazy.
Well, I say this, right now I have WrestleMania 29 on, and I'll use this as another opportunity to go ahead and just to hear my thoughts on it. Check out this week my WrestleMania tier list, where I go through all the WrestleManias. So, but I'm watching WrestleMania 29.
Was that the first or second in a lifetime?
It's the championship match between The Rock and John Cena.
Was it the first or the second in a lifetime?
No, see, what's in a lifetime is just 1-on-1 in a main event without the title on the line.
Oh, so it was the second one. Okay, second in a lifetime because they did the first on Lifetime the year before.
Well, anyway, so
because when the Orioles win the World Series,
don't do that. No.
And then when they run it back, listen. When they run it back again, you're not gonna say, "Oh my God, this is the first time ever they won." You're gonna say, "No, they're the second time they won, third time, fourth time, fifth time, right?"
So I'll let you know. See, that's where they've already won it 3 times.
Right, so there'll be a fourth time. You're not going to say, so once in a lifetime in 2025. Well, it'll be 2026 when they win, right?
Bruno, we're not talking about the Orioles because after last year's heartbreak that I'm still not over.
No, I'm for them. They're going to win this year.
No. Yeah. Anyway, y'all know what it's time for. I was at the last
game, too. That was heartbreaking.
Yeah, it was heartbreaking.
But go ahead.
Well, it's time to get the show started, and we're gonna breeze through because y'all know how we do. It's drive-by time, baby.
Want to ring the bell? Ding, ding.
So, where do we start? Before Smackdown, Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton had a face-off via satellite. I know some people aren't fans of via satellite. But they had a face-off via satellite, and needless to say, the Queen proved why she is amongst the greatest of all time, not just in the ring, but also promos, the confidence. And it looked like Miss Tiffy time got ended quickly.
I was about to say I didn't even see Tiffany there. So you
Ooh.
talking about a face off. I just heard Charlotte the whole time. She was just going crazy about the whole situation. I'm like, okay.
Ooh, but
I loved
okay.
it. I loved it, of course, because I love to
Mhm.
hear my queen speak. But I didn't
Did
see
that,
Tiffany anywhere.
brother guy, did that feel like a shoot?
So you gonna laugh when I say this. I don't like this. I don't like this rivalry. It's not heating up like I wanted to, and I feel like, oh, I don't know. I'm more interested in the next thing you're gonna talk about than this because I was like, yeah, I expected that from Charlotte. I
Hmm.
expected it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it do. I'll say this. I remember a lot of people feeling the same way about Charlotte and Rhea Ripley
Right.
leading into the match at WrestleMania 39. And the reason why WrestleMania 39 is my favorite because that's another match that you could argue was the match of the night.
Yeah.
They went out there, they did their thing. So I still believe I have all the confidence in the world that the person who you could make an argument for Miss WrestleMania is going to make sure that her and Tiffany show out. But right now, Tiffany gonna have to step her game up.
Man, this is just part of the storyline. To be honest, Charlotte is great at what she does, building the storyline and keeping it going. Um, she's making they're intentionally making Tiffy look small in this situation because they know Tiff is going to come out at WrestleMania and she can hang with Charlotte Flair. To be honest,
Right.
I have all the faith in the world that she can hang with him, and they're going to deliver a great match. So this is just all part of the storyline right here.
Is
But
it like
Charlotte,
she's
you
a
owned it,
dark horse or the fighting champion that you didn't know was there?
right?
She gonna come out
Because
swinging like, oh, where was this one at this whole
I
time?
feel like what's expected now is the same thing that always happens. When Charlotte comes back, she wins. That's what's expected at this point in time.
Okay.
But I feel like Tiffany's gonna come out, she's gonna do her thing, and she's gonna win. And I hate to say that because Charlotte's my lady, but she's gonna win. That's just the way it looks like it's going to me.
I don't think that's gonna be a bad thing, though. I think that
Not at all.
yeah, but I know
And
you'll
change
be
the belt
upset.
after Mania. She's gonna change the belt.
Oh, Tiffany?
No, Charlotte when she wins.
What they gonna?
Oh, we might.
No. We're
You
not
know what I'm
getting
getting at here.
That belt, I want to see the one on Raw looks made for Charlotte, but I don't want to see
Thank
her.
you.
Yeah.
And,
Thank you. That was my thing. I thought she would have definitely went after that.
yeah, yeah.
It's
That's
coming down.
yeah. It's definitely
Flair's gonna be a 17-time champion, and it won't be Rick.
Or maybe did Charlotte to break John Cena's record?
That's what I'm saying. Flair will be a
Yeah.
17-time champion, and it will not be named Rick. That's the one we're gonna be talking about. Charlotte's 18th record win and her 17th. You know what I mean? Like, oh, she's tied her father. Okay,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah, we shall see. Well, let's get to the next point. This is one of my favorite stories going into WrestleMania. Naomi looking good as ever. Got her lick back on Jade. I was watching the match, and I'm going to give Jade a shout out because I thought, she had a solid match with Liv Morgan. Not feeling the hairstyle, but that's just me. But she went out there. They did their thing. But seeing Naomi come out there, and this is all I've been waiting for. It's like finally, because they've been going back and forth on social media, but to see Naomi get one up on her, I'm glad it's not one-sided. But here's my question, gentlemen.
What's that?
Is this a WrestleMania match or is this a go home WrestleMania match? A SmackDown go home?
I hate to say it. The way that this card is stacking, this is going to be a main event on Friday night. I hate to say it. I want to see it on Mania, but the way this Mania card is stacking, I don't know if it's going to be, because it can be a Mania match, but it'll probably be because they're treating SmackDowns and Raw as the main events as big deals. And they could build it up to Friday night. You're going to see this all come to a head. This is when you have to see it because this will sell tickets for SmackDown, the counter program, the the Hall of Fame. This is going to be to get the butts in the seats to see them two go at it on SmackDown. Because how
And
many
then
times have we been
WrestleMania After
surprised?
Dark.
Yeah, and think about it. How many times have we been excited for a main event because they promoted it? We're like, oh, that's happening on Monday. Oh, that's happening on Friday. Oh, I gotta watch this. We feel like we got a must see TV.
They did that with SummerSlam when the Bloodline won the tag titles. Solo's Bloodline, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, and what better way to fill your hole? Because Monday promoted as SmackDown, NXT. No, what are they promoting? Because don't they usually run say it's these are the shows leading to Mania weekend or whatever it may be? Is that could be the bookend of that amount going to WrestleMania?
Yes, this is why I miss WrestleMania being on one day.
Or
Just
8
especially
hours
when
later.
you had like NXT was Saturday belonged to NXT, and you know you were
Mhm.
and the Hall of
Yeah.
Fame, you know. But that's just me.
Yeah, but you know the thing I didn't like about the One Day Mania when it became like 37 hours.
Well, yeah,
When the pre-show, you're like, we had 3 hours of a pre-show and
yeah.
7 hours of a main match.
4.5 was good. You know, 4.5 was good, but
Perfect. Yeah.
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 But yeah, brother Hugh, what you think about Naomi and is Bianca going to be involved back in this feud anytime soon, or is this to kind of keep her away?
I think it is. Bianca has her own issues right now. They're going to revisit it maybe after Mania. Um, I don't think, much as I hate to say it, I don't think Bianca's winning the championship at WrestleMania. Breaking the
Blasphemy.
streak. Right. I know, right? It's crazy, right? I just feel like EO's
Make
being
sure your
built.
niece don't hear that.
I know, right? I just feel like EO is being built to win that match. It just feels that way to me. And as far as Jade and Naomi, as much as I would love to see it on WrestleMania, it's not gonna be a WrestleMania match. Just for the simple fact that like we haven't really seen Jade in singles competition, and we still don't really know what she can do. Like how like if she
Yeah,
can
in a
really
high
go
profile match.
right in a high profile match. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, maybe Friday SmackDown we probably get that. But
I think
WrestleMania
this
singles match by herself, no, not right now.
I think this is where we see how good Naomi is, and we'll see because you know Naomi did that tour. You know, she went to TNA, but now you know we'll see her do this in the big leagues, really leading. You know, we saw her go down to TNA and lead and stuff, but in WWE, everybody's been essentially peers.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Jade is somebody, yeah, she's going to have to carry. But I think this, and that's part of the reason why I think this won't be a WrestleMania match. As much as I would like for it to be as well, I do think it has the heat to be one. But I can also see this being that, and then those ladies kind of getting involved with Bianca or trying to confuse Bianca. And then I think when I look back at it, because I'm really, you had me thinking, like, when's the last time? I know at WrestleMania 34, there it is. That's the answer. I'm starting to think the last time that both winners of the Royal Rumble
Hmm.
didn't win the championship, and or both winners of the like, or you know, Rumble in the Chamber.
In the chamber,
Um,
yeah.
you know, in this case, and I, you know, you looking at with Bianca and Charlotte both come up short. You know, that's why I do have Bianca winning. You know, I think it's time to get that gold back around her waist. But
But I think we got one thing that you're forgetting. If she wins, she's on Raw. Her husband's on SmackDown.
yeah, but I think with the schedule, I don't even think that matters as much as it used to. Look at
But then
Tiffany
Yeah.
and
what you call it?
yeah, Kaiser.
But then I also thought about I think that they're going to come back. Stuff is going to happen because when is the draft this year?
I don't even know.
Who
I haven't even
knows?
thought
Yeah.
that far ahead.
I'm saying that's probably when we see that those three in some kind of mix again. Because I think with Bianca, if she wins and she goes to Raw, we won't see them interact until the draft when something happens again. But I hate to say it, I want Bianca to win because it's time. But he's got me convinced EO's gonna Eels never lost to Rhea.
Oh, and she
And,
cashed in on Bianca at WrestleMania. I mean, at
yeah,
SummerSlam.
but
They
yeah,
got that match on Monday though. What if Rhea wins it
yeah.
back, and then you
Oh
get
my
that
God,
You
Bianca
that's
know
how she
Rhea?
how
get the
that's
match.
turning out.
But no, think about it. That's what I was going to ask you
Yeah.
because if Rhea wins it back, the
Mhm.
contract's already signed for Io and Bianca.
Mhm.
And Triple H is really messing with us now. How much you want to know? Everybody will be watching on Monday to see what's going to happen. Because even if she inadvertently wins it back, now she can
Mhm.
say, "I'm going to Mania. Who am I facing?" Because the contract was already signed, and
Oh.
didn't they make a big stink about that's not how contract works. Just you can't just sign your name.
Mhm.
No, buddy. We
Yeah.
never know
No.
what's going to happen. Ooh,
No, we don't. And it's definitely
they're going to
something
dust.
we looking forward to, and as a reminder to the people out there, it all comes back on at 3:00 this week. So these afternoon Raws. Have y'all been enjoying them?
Man, I tried to
No.
watch that work and got mad. I cut it on my iPad. I said, "Stop knocking on the door. I want to see what's happening." And then I
Oh,
just gave up. I could only watch like one segment and gave up.
Man, I feel like a lost puppy at 9 o'clock or 8, 9 o'clock at night. I'm like,
Well, you ain't
okay,
got
well,
nothing to
what the
do.
heck? What am I supposed to be doing? I don't
yeah.
know. So I just went to
Mhm.
sleep. I was like, okay, all right,
Nah,
So I go night night.
it was perfect
right,
for me.
yeah.
Daughter came over after school, and we sat there and watched it. So she, poor thing, she was looking at John Cena in distress. I forgot that was her first favorite male wrestler, John Cena and
Oh,
Braun Strowman. And she's like, I just don't know how to feel. Did y'all see that video? I didn't watch it yet, but I saw the kid responded.
No, I didn't
oh,
know he
bless her.
responded. Did he?
Yeah, the
Oh, I'm gonna have to find it. Please put it
I'm
in the
gonna
group chat.
I'm gonna watch
Oh,
it. I had a busy afternoon, unusual busyness, but so it was that. But before we get into the main event of the show, y'all know, like I said, y'all know how we do here on a Brian H. Waters led show.
Well, yes, sir.
Stephanie McMahon debuted Stephanie McMahon's Places this past week. Well, today. I don't know. Did y'all get a chance to check it out? First guest, CM Punk.
CM Pizzle.
it's
Yep,
still real to
favorite
me.
wrestler.
Nope. Mm-mm.
Of
I
course,
did
Brandon.
not.
He checked it out. He definitely did
I
check it out.
definitely
He
didn't.
lied. Oh
Well,
man.
I tell you, it was definitely a good watch. A very
Mhm.
easy watch. One of the things, the biggest takeaway, is just seeing the mutual love and respect they have for each other. And I love the fact that he said, him and Triple H had a conversation that they probably should have had 10 years ago, but we all knew the state of
Right.
mind both of them was in. And like I said, CM Punk's just a happy guy right now,
You
and
can
we
tell.
saw it. Yeah,
You can tell 100%.
and
He making all the money with less a headache.
yeah, and he works with children, as he reminded us
Exactly.
as we
That thing
get.
was funny
Mhm.
because why is all his promos sound like they coming from the pits of his soul of hell? Like they just so fiery. Like they feel like this is the fieriest, believable punk I've ever seen.
No, indeed, and as we get right into the main event of the show, the triple threat match is official. Dirt Sheet said it was going to happen. I tried to ignore it, because I'm not going to get my dream match for another year, and that being Roman Reigns and The Rock. So,
I thought he was
uh,
about to say Ricky and Tongaloa. But go ahead.
nobody wants to see
Yeah,
that from
tribal
you.
chief. Yeah, tribal
Yeah,
Uh,
chief.
man. Shout out to
I'm
my
with you
tribal
here.
chief.
So he can
but
turn the belt the wrong way.
But we got CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, triple threat match. I got two questions for y'all.
Hmm.
Do we need something to be at stake for this match? And I guess it's question one. Do we need something for this to be something to be at stake? And should this be the main event tonight one?
Mm.
So for the first question,
Uh-huh.
no, you don't absolutely need anything at stake because the story telling itself is so strong that like it's not necessary at all. You've seen the history between each character. You know what I'm saying? Roman and Seth, and then you had Seth and Punk, and then of course Punk and Roman now with this whole Paul Heyman thing, and he's the key piece to the whole thing.
Paul Heyman.
And yeah,
Can't
Paul
trust.
Heyman for sure. Is
Can't trust.
something? Yo, I can't. He's gonna do something real crazy. I just know he is, and I have no idea what it is. But yeah, it's not necessary. The belt it's not needed. Now, as far as main event, at first I was like, no, because I felt like Punk deserves to have his main event moment in a one-on-one title match. Finally, his first one. But I sat back and thought about it. I was like, well, who better to have your first main event against, you got Seth and you got Roman Reigns in the ring. Why not?
Two of the
But
greatest.
but exactly. But my only thing is I feel like if that's the case, he will most likely have to come out on top for him to get his, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet. But for sure, I would say it looks like they're at the top right now in the running for main event of night one. I wouldn't be surprised to see them start off night one. I mean night two.
Starting off.
Roman likes to end this or start off. Right?
Yeah.
Get
Let
it
me paint
popping
a picture
early.
for you real quick.
Yeah.
Night one ends. Yeet. Roman Reigns, Jade comes out night two to open the show. Then Roman's music hit to kick off the match, but they have a moment. Just a moment. We don't know what that moment means. We don't know if Roman's happy. We don't know if Roman's like, yo, you got something that I want, but they just have a moment. You sold?
I'm gonna see your idea. I see your idea. I'm gonna raise your idea. Night one, right?
Stupid.
And I hate the fact of a double main event, but now you got me thinking about something, right?
What's that?
Because there's so much hate between these guys. What if it's a unsanctioned match, or what if it's one of those type of matches that even though we know main event Jey Uso has just won the title, and as he's going back up the ring, you hear the dun 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 and that's their moment because that is going to be the last match of the night. You know what I mean? Because I think that they probably will have that moment, or we're going to get the backstage documentary where everybody's hugging them, even the final boss. But I'm gonna say this because you're gonna love and hate that I say this, Doctor of WrestleMania. Does it really have to be for us to talk about it? Because we talk about a lot of Undertaker matches that weren't the main event because of the match quality. No matter where you place this, people are going to talk about it. This is going to be one of those matches they want to see, just like Tiffany and Charlotte, just like the triple threat match for the women's side. It's like all of these matches we want to see. I don't think we care about the order. It's just that which one is going to send the message the right way. Because remember night one, when The Rock won, we were like, all right, come on, Cody, you got to do something night two. It led you into night two. What's going to end night one to make you say, I'm more excited for night two? Would it be a Jey Uso winning the title? Or would it be Roman Reigns standing above CM Punk or finally pinning Seth, something he's never been able to do? What's going to be the
Paul
bigger?
Heyman swerve.
Yeah, what's going to be the one to lead into night two? Because now night two is Cody, The Rock, and Cena as the main event. What's going to lead us in? What's going to get everybody excited or saying, "Oh man, I'm amped! I can't wait for night two." So that's what I'm thinking about. What match right now? Because this is it really a surefire that Cody is going to main event night two with Cena? Has to be, right?
Oh, it
Because
has
The
to
Rock's
be,
involved.
for the most part.
Yeah. So what's going to get you the most excited for night two? Is it a Charlotte winning or Tiffany retaining? Is it a Rhea winning or Bianca winning? Or is it a Jey Uso winning? Or is it a Roman, Punk, or what you call it? I think night one ends with the crowd yeeting for 30 minutes. That's like night one did with Cody music playing 37 times over and over again.
Or
High rolls and
you can say that same thing when you put them on night two too, because now what's going to make them tune in to the Raw after WrestleMania, and then the SmackDown after WrestleMania, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you could definitely, like I said, you can put it as the first match or somewhere in the middle, and you're still going to get that same effect. Now, I would say it feels like they've been trying to build up Jey Uso to have his main event moment. They keep bringing that same moniker up, main event, main event. He he's wearing a T-shirt again, main event Jey Uso. So I feel like they've been building that up. I'm not really too keen on the storytelling right now. Or I lost my confidence. It's the Gunther
Yeah,
story again. I lost my
I'm with you on
confidence.
that one.
I messed around and tripped, and then I talked to my brother, and Gunther was right around the corner, so he smacked him. I'm like, okay, why is
Slapped the
Gunther right
soul
there
out of
around the
that man.
corner? Literally.
He slapped
Shout
the
out to Big
soul out of him.
Shout out to Big Jim. You know what I'm
Has this
saying?
been
Doing this
going
thing.
on too long now? Has that story been going on too long?
It has
It's
no
it's get
substance.
it's getting sour for sure. I
Oh,
feel
here
like
come good.
people
Every Jey
they're
Uso
losing.
match. Here come Gunther.
Yeah, yeah,
It's the same
yeah,
thing. It's wash and repeat.
Mm.
And I know you
yeah.
had filler, but it's like, come on, Triple H, you'd have filled. You made us care about CM Punk and Drew McIntyre for 6 months when they were injured. You can't keep our attention for 8 weeks.
I think that's on them too, though. I don't know,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'll say this: you make up a good, you bring up a good point with could send the crowd home happy. You could have people yeeting in Vegas all night long, Saturday night, or you could kick off Saturday or Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon with Jey Uso
Hold up,
winning.
real quick. My fault. I just thought about it. Isn't
Mhm.
he on the card for the WrestleMania After Dark party at Live?
Jey Uso,
Yeah, Saturday
right.
night. I believe he's on there Saturday night with Jimmy Uso and I forgot who Machine Gun Kelly. They're supposed to show up at the
Yeah,
club
Saturday night.
that night. So what better way for him to celebrate
Oh,
by
Oh, yeah,
coming in
he's
there
getting the
with the
belt.
championship? I
yeah.
think he's on there Saturday night. Don't get me. I believe he's Saturday night.
You right. I'm looking at it now.
So that might be it.
That man not going to sleep for 3 days.
Right.
He ain't going to get no sleep.
But my fault. I didn't mean to cut
No.
you off,
I mean,
Brian. But yeah.
that's a good point. Because that's something you do have to think about. I know like what I would do is like a lot of times over, at work, I would look at the list of, the interviews. So we spoke to Rhea the next day after she won the title. And that's the WrestleMania After Dark information right there. So I mean, that's not far fetched, but I think about like Damian Priest kicking off, how last year when Priest kicked off the show, cashing in, how hot that felt. You know what I
Right.
mean? And I'm thinking like, could Jey Uso replicate that? But I do think, I don't know. I mean, I know I'm biased, but I think Punk, Rollins, and Reigns, like you said, what better way to main event than these three guys? And I do think,
Yeah.
but I'll say this. If they main event the show, look out. Look
Yeah.
for the duo,
Shenanigans.
Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Paul's due for a turn.
I hope not.
I hope not even, but he's due for one.
Yeah.
He's been
And I
wearing a
hate
lot
to
of
say it.
V-necks lately.
Sure, talk about it.
For real.
And we still, I mean, I don't mean no harm. Seth's the only one that got the most to lose right now. If you really think about it, Seth is the only one. Because if he takes that L to Reigns finally, he has nothing. He has no leg to stand on whatsoever.
That's why I think he's winning, because I think he wins when Roman finally beats Seth. It's going to mean something. It's going to be for a world championship, But I also can see, we talked about stakes, right?
Mm-hmm.
The way I see this is whoever comes out of this match can kind of dictate the main event. Like if say CM Punk wins, right? Then I think I'm looking at John Cena winning.
Okay.
Right? And then him trying to, this guy sold his soul now out, but he want to recap.
Oh, Brian.
Spin a belt. Spin a belt.
Yep.
Spin a belt.
Think about it. Cena wins, Punk music hit, and that's going to be let's see what happens on Raw and SmackDown because Punk's coming right and seeing his face.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm already beat. Oh my god, I've already beat the two biggest stars, right? And now
Yeah.
I'm coming after you. You know, they like what's been
Yep.
holding me back. I'm coming for you.
But also, CM Punk hasn't won a big match, right? On a
Right.
he hasn't won a major PLE match yet. He lost the SummerSlam.
Yeah, he won the one
Survivor
with the
Series.
Drew.
Bad Blood.
No,
Drew.
a major, like a big four,
Oh,
single-handedly. Like he was a part of the winning team at Survivor Series, but he lost the 2 Royal Rumbles, and he lost that Survivor Series. I mean SummerSlam.
yeah.
So
Okay, when you say it like that, oh my god, that's gonna be if Punk wins, he's gonna get to see in his face.
Oh
but
my gosh, that makes sense.
Rollins could do the same thing.
But to Cena?
Nope.
Why not? You know, Cena's not a heel or a face; he's a human being.
Yeah,
That's
but what
true.
does
And
That's
Rollins,
true, but I feel like the fans want to see. If anything, they would want to see Punk and Cena more than they would want to
and
see
Punk
Rollins.
is taking his back seat. He's taking the back. I don't want to say the back seat. He's not going for a title this year. He's got to be. It's got to be more to it because remember, you couldn't have convinced us, and I'm talking about the wrestling world, that Punk was not winning the Rumble. Because it was so convincing, it's like, oh, because you got another thing planned.
Mm-hmm.
And I still feel like it's more to this story because even when he said, thanks for delivering your tribal chief on a silver platter to me. And I'm like, it's more to this story. Like,
we still don't know what that favor is.
Mm-hmm.
No, and I thought
Hey, Rock, I'm cashing in. You know.
Oh, what if that's the case? What if
Hey,
CM
Rock.
Punk leaves WrestleMania WWE champion?
Yep.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
boy.
See, Triple H got us. Yeah, we said we wasn't doing this here, and look what happened. First Hollywood. I mean, realness sucks us in. Now, Brian, they got us speculating. Oh God, dang it, Brian!
Well,
I said I
guess
wasn't
what?
doing this. I said I wasn't doing this no more.
Well, that's what we're gonna lead the people on. Talk about a cliffhanger. Hey, I just got finished watching Beyond the Gates, and they left us with a huge cliffhanger this week. Yeah. Oh, you think Young and the Restless something? Go beyond those gates. Go beyond those gates. We talking black soap opera, baby.
That's that new one that just
yes.
started, right?
Yes, it's a month old.
They said the intro was crazy, and it was like it started with a bang, did it?
Mm-hmm. It's so worth it. But gentlemen, we get ready to get out of here. Like I said, y'all know how I do.
We accomplished nothing about Mania.
Hey man, when will we ever accomplish anything about WrestleMania?
In this Triple H era, never.
Exactly. But you know, we're gonna go ahead and give all our love to the real Dwayne Allen. He'll be back next week. Yeah, speaking that into existence. But make sure y'all follow the Wrestling Realm on all social media platforms. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you stay tuned. Like I said, Patreon, we got some things cooking over there. I've been, trying to get more consistent with that. It's WrestleMania season. So if you have special WrestleMania content requests, feel free to go ahead and send it in as the guy deemed me Dr. WrestleMania. Yes, I do have my PhD in it at this point. So it's my favorite time of year. This will feel a little dirty. I don't know what it is. Just feel a little.
We don't know what the road to WrestleMania has. It's so bumpy. It's like speed hump after speed hump and pothole.
Right. But I'm with it. I'm loving the ride. Let's go.
Yeah, but we hope you loving the ride too. Till the next time, folks. You know what? We usually
press play. Just press play. Let it happen. Just let it happen.
Till the next time, folks.
I told you that we won't stop. I told you that we won't stop.
All right, we'll catch you next time.
Go over to Instagram and follow us.
What the heck?
No, you in the chat. Go
ahead. Hey, we back. You still here? We keep it going. Wrelm after dark.
On Instagram.
Right.
Man. He said that he started. He was like, oh, he didn't want that song to play because he would have been like this. He'd be going off on that song.
Right. That was us on Netflix. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all wildin'. Y'all,
as always, because everybody has a story.
All right,
absolutely.
You
can watch all of our Wrestling Realm content anytime on youtube.com/The Wrestling Realm.